Yes, it is. And I am Newnan Time with Harold. That's NewnanTimeWithHarold.com. Newnan Time with Harold on Facebook. Newnan Time with Harold on Instagram. And I am joined here today by the lovely love of my life as of this recording. Maybe she'll break up with me by Friday. It's possible. It is possible.
You said love of your life. Either way, I should be the love of your life. If I'm breaking up with you, maybe you're not the love of my life.
Jesus, you thought about this.
No, I haven't.
Oh, no. I didn't even... Okay, well, I don't know on Friday. We're recording this on Wednesday, June 28th. We'll call it D-Day.
D-Day.
D stands for Draco.
Draco Day. I was thinking the same thing.
You were? Okay.
Yeah.
Good, that's good. And I am, always give myself some nicknames. I am the, I'm going to just say once. I am the...
Salamander soup.
I am salamander soup.
I don't know.
Mixed up with some lizard tail gravy. Do you put gravy in soup? Oh, that sounds disgusting.
No, I feel like gravy and soup are two different types of liquid food.
Speaking of times, I'm Newnan Time with Harold. I am not the Newnan Times Harold. I never wanted to be. I never set out to be that. And I had this conversation with somebody recently. The point of Newnan Time with Harold was never to confuse people. Like, it wasn't, like, the funny isn't that people get embarrassed, right? Like, that's going to happen sometimes. But the funny is that we create this community of all these people who are all in on the joke, and we all laugh together like we're all watching Saturday Night Live or some comedy or something. Like, we're all like, oh, it's funny because it's parody.
Mm-hmm.
You can't build off of people that are just confused, because the moment they realize that you're not the Newnan Times Herald, you're gone. You lose that follower. So that's not what it was ever about. And I had that conversation with somebody recently that that's not the goal. The goal is to just do something funny.
Those other parts are just sprinkles on your cupcake.
It is funny when somebody really thinks that it's real. That's super funny. But if that's all it was, like, that's not the goal. The goal, like, I don't like that. I like it when somebody's like, oh my God, you make me so happy. I always look for your post because I want to see what jokes you have. That is so much better than somebody just saying, oh, I thought this was the Newnan Times. Whoopsie. That's my Robin from Stranger Things impression. Whoopsie doopsie.
That was good.
Whoop whoop, battle up loop. I'm so goofy. I'm Three Stooges.
And then you slide down the
the
railing.
We've been watching Stranger Things. Is this transition that's happening right now. I've also been sick, so I may sound a little bit like a bitch. But that's because I wouldn't call it flu. I was trying to decide how would I describe how I feel right now. And you know how, like, when you see a commercial and they talk about here's side effects and they say flu-like symptoms?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like. Like, it's not you have the flu. Side effects include the flu. Flu-like symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I don't think it's the flu.
Flu adjacent.
Flu. Who's Jason? Wait, what?
Adjacent.
I got you. That was a pretty good joke. Adjacent. So I feel sick. I feel crappy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel good. I'm hurting. I'm hurting and murking. That doesn't rhyme.
They rhyme. I mean, it doesn't work, but it is a rhyme.
Yeah, that's fair. What was I saying?
Something.
Shoot, not a good start.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
That was in a previous recording. We talked about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but I had a whole point that I was going to get to, but then I was like, oh, but I feel sick. So, Stranger Things.
Yes.
You always get those confused. Stranger Things and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
My bad.
Stranger Chitty Bang Bang, Stranger Chitty Bang Bang Bang, love you. And so in Stranger Things, we've been watching during our time of I was gonna say our time of the month, during the time where we have downtime together, where we're not making sweet barracuda style love.
Mm-hmm.
We have sex like barracudas have sex.
Mm-hmm.
Which I really want to Google. What does it look like when barracudas have sex? But it's a podcast and no one will be able to know. I'll describe it.
It's probably not that.
You can start talking about
how just fish cuddles. Wait, fish put out eggs and then the other fish squirt stuff on the eggs, yeah.
Is that true for all fish?
I don't know. I taught physical science, not fish science.
Not barracuda sex science? Well, whose fault is that? You need to, if there's one thing you need to know about my love is what the barracudas be doing.
I can teach you about some ionic and covalent bonds. I cannot teach you about barracuda sex.
Teach me everything about ionic
you say
barracudas reproduce through external fertilization, a process known as broadcast spawning, typically occurring in deeper offshore waters during the spring and summer. Females release thousands to hundreds of thousands of eggs, which are then fertilized by males in the open water. That is how barracudas have sex, according to Google.
That's what I said.
That is what you said.
Boom.
So, maybe we do not have sex like barracudas have sex.
I don't think so. Well, maybe only on occasion.
Jesus Christ.
So
we started watching. I've been watching Stranger Things since the very beginning, but little button nose over here, little Coraline eyes. She's got the button eyes. Little other mother, just started watching it. What, in the last 4 months with me?
Yeah, it hasn't even been that long. I don't think it's been pretty recent.
So I was like, I'm gonna finish up season 4 before season 5 starts, and then this one started watching with me. And so then we went back to the very beginning. We've slowly been working through every single episode, and now we're in season 5, episode 3. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts?
I think...
What does Stranger Thing do?
Like my overall thoughts?
Yeah.
I
that
think
are interesting to say.
That I liked the first season a lot. After it, the first couple episodes were a little slow, but then I liked it a lot. Second season was weird. 3 and 4 I liked. But this 5th season, I don't know, it feels different. It feels like it's not quite making sense.
What feels off to you?
I guess right now, maybe it's because we're only in the 3rd episode, but I guess not a lot has happened. There's a lot of them talking about things that will happen.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't want to spoil anything.
Spoil it. Spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen episode 3, I think, of season 5 of
we
Stranger
just watched
Things.
episode 2. We're on episode 3.
Just kidding. Episode 2 of season 5 of Stranger Things.
Uh-huh.
But that blonde-haired mama lady, she gets messed up.
Blonde-haired mama lady.
So that's a thing that happened.
Karen Wheeler.
I truly cannot remember whose mother she is the majority of the time.
She's Nancy and Holly and Mike's mom.
So
she's the one that was going to hook up with the dude and you were all mad.
What dude?
The young dude. Little surf
I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah. She's the one who was going to have the affair and the one that drinks all the time and yells at her dopey husband. The one that the last episode we watched, I was like, man, I can't stand her. And now she's almost dead.
Yeah, she was the one that was gonna hook up with teenage Methy McGee looking guy.
Teenage Methy McGee.
But then he died.
My favorite My Chemical Romance song. Teenage Methy's in a teenage circus, run around like McGee's on purpose. Yeah, I feel like this season 5 is just all plot and no character development.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all, which if this was an improv, I'd be like, guys, y'all need to lock in. Who are these people? We don't care what you do if we don't know who these people are.
Well,
and I understand we've seen them for 4 seasons.
Already gotten to know the
but
characters.
They're different now. They've grown up some, and now it's just all they are is just everybody's mad at each other, and it's just boring. Snores fest, but there's some cool stuff. I'll finish it.
Oh yeah, I definitely plan to finish it. I think this kind of seems like their thing is to start out slow in each season, and then it's like bam, bam, bam.
If you were in charge of the ending of Stranger Things, because I'm assuming you don't, like you said, you've seen some spoilers, but you don't know exactly how everything ends.
I've seen one spoiler that's already starting to come to fruition.
Is it a gay thing or another thing?
No, it's... If anyone has not seen Stranger Things, we so spoiled for
Well,
them.
see, I don't know. I don't want you to say something that spoils it for me. So...
No, it's nothing about...
Being gay.
Which
is not bad. We're not saying being gay is bad and that spoils things. See, you can take that out of context.
We're not saying it spoils your soul.
Doesn't spoil your soul.
It would have been a spoiler for us to know ahead of time.
Right. It doesn't spoil your life.
It's Netflix. We just assume they're all gay.
That's true. Which is weird though, because I used to think that used to be the joke, but now there's things like the Kill Tony. All the Kill Tony specials are on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Publicly, we hate Kill Tony.
I just bumped the microphone.
You did bump the microphone. Brr. But if you were in charge of the ending of Stranger Things, how would you wrap it up?
Oh jeez.
Without spoiling, if it was up to you, how would you end Stranger Things?
You know, just on the spot, something I've not thought of a single time ever. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Do I want to give you a real answer or a sassy answer?
Give me a real answer. Don't be like that. This is a serious podcast.
No, I didn't mean sassy towards you. I meant sassy about how
Oh, I don't care then. I thought you meant you were gonna sass me.
Let's see.
And I don't get no sass.
I would end it with Hopper going to therapy for his multi-layered PTSD so that he can stop being such a dick all the time.
Okay.
Let's see. I would make, I don't know, no changes for precious little baby with the curly mullet. Dustin. He's my favorite.
Which one is precious little baby? You know, we've been together off and on for almost 4 years now. This is the first time I've heard you refer to a teenage boy as precious little baby.
He's so darling.
He is very, very darling. The thing is, when you said curly hair, I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Mullet boy.
Yeah. Well, I guess they just kind of dropped Susie in the storyline.
Yeah.
So I guess they would have happily ever after. Maybe it'll come back
There's
up.
no Susie, there's no Erica in this one. Yeah.
Somehow, the other guy, I'm really bad with the names.
Describe them by how they look.
Skinny, big eyes, dead.
Will?
No, he's
Skinny,
dead.
Big eyes dead.
Should have graduated a couple years ago.
Nancy.
Nope.
Wait,
nope.
who's
dead.
skinny, big
dead,
eyes
baby.
dead?
He's dead.
He's dead?
From the last season.
But he's dead.
It's not Bucky
Eddie.
or Eddie, not Bucky. Eddie. Okay, they rhyme.
I just thought, well, every character has like kind of died at this point, so.
Eddie would be fine somehow because I liked him a lot. So
He's
Dustin
gone.
and Eddie would be roommates, and they would go to college together.
So he just, boop,
hey,
he's just back.
It is a magical little not alien, but also people think it's alien show. So somehow they would go to college and be roommates.
Does it count as an alien? What's like the I know it, like there's a legal definition of alien, but what is an alien when it comes to, like, does it have to be from a different planet or can it be something on? Let's look it up.
My opinion is that it has to be reverse gravity. So you have to go where there's less gravity, not towards, like, you can't go down into the earth. They go into the ground and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, since it's on the same planet and it's just like,
that's a better way of saying
since it's on the same planet. In fiction, alien is a non-earthly, often intelligent life form that originates from another planet, dimension, or space. If it's dimension, you can say they're aliens.
You gotta float to get there.
You gotta float to
get there. For it to be an alien.
They float in Stranger Things all the time. Everybody's floating. Half the show is a character floating.
Maybe that's it.
What are you talking about?
That's when they float.
Oh,
you're talking about when
11 makes people float.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's it. Y'all heard it here first.
It like the clown.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's one way that I've heard it. I heard it as a threat, a relationship threat. Oh, maybe that's it. And then there's Jason coming in, and on Friday we're breaking up.
We have spent almost 15 minutes talking about Stranger Things.
We have spent almost 15 minutes establishing our chemistry on air.
Yeah,
trust me. Yeah. Never mind. Trust me that I know what I'm doing. I'm the one that's made this a success somehow through stupid stuff. So at the end of your Stranger Things, Eddie and Dustin are roommates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
and
the
Hopper
important
is
part.
in therapy.
That is the spinoff I need.
What happens to the bad guy? Is he gone?
I think that the bad guy...
Vecna, Henry the Vecna the Third.
What do I want for him? Maybe
Vecna.
He does... Well, I already said Hopper
William,
goes to therapy, but
William
everybody
Ware.
needs therapy. Maybe Vecna does like some EMDR.
What is that?
It's like the
Isn't
therapy
that like
where
when
your
you
eyes
put
go
on the
like...
headphones
No.
and no one can hear but you?
You're thinking about a
silent disco.
silent disco, an EDM silent disco. No, EMDR is where you do therapy while you're watching these lights go boom.
Oh
boom,
yeah,
boom,
you did
boom,
that.
boom.
Never mind.
I tried. No, it's
You
fine.
tried, okay.
I tried to do it, but I can't think and watch lights at the same
Like
time.
when we first started talking, that was something like that.
Yeah, I tried it several times, and then I was so bad at it that she was like, "Okay, instead of following the lights, I'll give you these things you can hold in your hands. You just feel the vibrations going boom, 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 boom. Too many things. I can't think and also boom, 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 boom at the same time.
You can't think with something in your hand?
I can't, like,
I'm dancing.
it was just too many. It was like, recall
Ooh.
your past traumas while also following the light or noticing the boom, 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 what's happening in your body. It works for a lot of people. Didn't work for me.
Who sings the Barracuda song?
I don't know.
No, that's like our sex song.
Ask the internet.
Ooh, barracuda.
Okay, but why when you said that did you go ooh barracuda and I thought bum, ba-da-da-da-dum, bum. Man, I feel like somehow it flowed right.
Man, ooh barracuda.
Bum.
Yeah, I'm swimming in the sea. He's looking up at me. I'm gonna fertilize some eggs.
What are we talking about today?
Right now we're talking about fertilizer. Oh, today's episode is about the weather that wasn't there. I think that's gonna be the title. The weather. It's gonna be the weather that wasn't, or the weather that wasn't there. I don't know which one will work best. Last weekend here in Newnan, Georgia, we were supposed to get a snow ice disaster of epic proportions that would require generators and power outages and schools needing to be off and businesses needing to close. And, you know, I know the joke is that just like they always say, it didn't happen. But last year it did happen.
It did.
In 2025 January, it was like a week and a half, wasn't it? Of just snow that wouldn't melt, and I felt like school got canceled every day. And it was like fun for the first 2 days, and then it was like, oh my god, this sucks. This is what Minnesota is? Is this it? Is this the only thing wrong with Minnesota? What else is there about Minnesota besides the fact that there's a lot of snow?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. It's hard to waltz in the snow. Get it?
I do.
All right. Come on, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying words. Anyways, so we were supposed to get this cool snow, supposed to get ice, supposed to have power outages, and you know we don't typically. I don't typically fall into doomsday prep worrying about things like that. I'm usually more of a whatever. It's probably not going to be a big deal. Even if it is, we'll figure it out as we go along. And you're much more of a, we need to think about all these things ahead of time. We need to have the answers to the questions we don't know we're going to be asked. That's kind of your approach. In life, a lot more than mine is.
But my ahead of time is like the day before, where all of a sudden I'm hit with the realization like, oh, this is like tomorrow.
Right. Which.
Whoops.
I think that's. I don't think you're being fair to yourself. I think you do better than that.
Thank you.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
You're definitely either worried the day of, 15 minutes before, but you've gotten better about it. And I'm more of a, I know my baseline, what I need to have taken care of, and then we'll deal with the other things when it gets there. That's what keeps my brain working a lot better. And I think we balance each other out pretty well in that. I think so. Mm-hmm. But we had, our only prep that we really had was, on Thursday, I went around with a box and collected power banks and chargers, lights, candles, lighters, made sure everything was charged all the switches for the video games.
The essentials.
Made sure that we had food cooked, so there would be stuff that if the fridge went out, there would be other things we could eat. Went to the grocery store on Thursday. I usually go to the grocery store on Monday and got some stuff. So we had everything that I thought we would need. And it turns out we didn't even need that much.
Yeah.
We needed Jack Diddley beanstalks. That's a pretty good quote.
Jack Diddley beanstalks.
Like Jack Diddley squat. Mm-hmm. Don't use your talk to a family member you don't want to talk to voice in me. None of that. You give me real. I want real. Did we ever say your name? I know I give you a bunch of nicknames.
We most
at the
of
beginning.
we just call me
Button
Hanley.
Yeah, this is Hanley.
Hi.
Everyone, Hanley here. The love, because I said the love of my life, and then we got into the whole talk about as of Wednesday. Yes. So yeah, Hanley is the one joining us today. How far are we into the podcast before we mention?
Roughly 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes in, and I remembered to introduce the guests. But we're here, and you've been introduced. I think this is going to be one of the podcast episodes that's for us, just because of what's happened thus far. I think this is going to be one of those where we look back on. Granted, this podcast is the least important thing in the Herald plethora of things. It's a podcast. If we're not talking about true crime, then nobody cares anyways. That's not true. We get at least 100 listens a week. So I don't know who you people are, but we appreciate it. I had dinner I had lunch with a guy running for city commissioner, Coweta County Commissioner? Yeah, Coweta County Commissioner, because it wouldn't be city commissioner. And he was like, yeah, I found out that some people I knew listened to our podcasts and listened to both episodes and everything. They listened to it all the way through, and he was so adorable about it. He was like, it's just like to think they're hearing my voice while they're driving around in their truck. Like, that's so cool. And I'm like, yeah, that is adorable, and it is very cool. It is cool that people do that. So this is something for you and I to listen to. What's the point? So the snow. How did you feel heading into our snowy weekend? What did you think were the realistic outcomes based on the information that you had from schools, Coweta, Newnan, Scanner Traffic, Glenn Burns, your boyfriend's Faith? What did you realistically, what did you think was going to happen last weekend?
I thought, well, because it changed throughout the week. And so I started following, like you had just mentioned the name, Chief Meteorologist Glenn Burns.
Chief Meteorologist Glenn Burns here, coming at you live from a field of snow.
So I was following him on Facebook and kind of keeping up with what he was saying. And just as time went on, it seemed like it was going to be less severe. My big concern was, because we've established before that I'm a teacher that does not teach in Coweta. I teach near Coweta, not in Coweta. But my children go to school in Coweta.
Her children teach in Coweta.
Ah, yes. They teach how to be the coolest kid on the playground.
Okay. Continue.
You hating on my children?
I'm hating on nobody uses the word cool to describe a kid anymore. Don't say that. Kids don't say it. And the only person who still uses the word cool is you.
But anyway.
Anyways.
I really needed, if Coweta closed, my county to also close. And they did, so it all worked out. It was beautiful harmony, and it wasn't even treacherous outside. I didn't expect it to be terrible. I expected more ice than there was. I was worried about the water freezing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really it.
You didn't think we were going to get snow?
No, at no point did I really think snow, because from what I was hearing and reading and whatnot, it just kept saying ice, ice, ice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess there was a brief moment where I got caught up in the Snow Watch 2026 herald of it all.
Yeah, that was fun. I liked watching you do that.
Where I convinced myself. I don't know. It was like the universe owed me for putting these videos out on the internet, which you guys can see on my Facebook Reels. If you go to Facebook and click the Reels section, or go to Instagram. I don't know. What is Instagram's thing? They're not Reels, are they? I don't know what Instagram's videos are called. Maybe they are Reels. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Instagram. Like, it automatically posts to Instagram, but I don't go there and actively. Everything you see from Harold on Instagram, I don't ever go over there and make sure. I have no idea what it's like. I may have 100 messages on my Harold Instagram. I don't know. Should I check?
I didn't even know you had a Harold Instagram.
Yeah. It's got like 300 followers or something versus the 13,000+ over here, because Instagram's not really for this. Instagram's not for news and parody. It's for hot people that post about being hot. And God knows I'm hot people. So there was a minute there where I convinced myself that if there's going to be Snow Watch 2026, there's going to be some snow. I just convinced myself, and I told you this, that it was going to happen while I was sleeping. Like, it was going to happen early morning at like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. And I was going to wake up and I was going to miss the snow, and there's just going to be a little bit. And I would have let down everybody. So the only thought I had realistically of a prediction was it was going to snow, it would be a flurry, and I would miss it, and I would let down everyone.
So were you more or less disappointed that there actually was not any snow?
I'm still not convinced that when I was sleeping, it didn't snow a little bit. Like, if it's dark outside, how did anybody know? Nobody knows if it's going to snow outside. If it's dark outside, if it's dark outside, it's dark outside, you can't even see. You can't see the snow. So I feel like at 3 or 4 a.m. or something like that, it probably snowed, but we all missed it because it was dark. Like maybe like a who works overnight shifts? Mailman. Does the mailman work overnight? Do they deliver mail at night?
For the purposes of this moment, yes.
Okay, so maybe a mailman knows, but mailman cars are white, so if they snowed on it, they wouldn't be able to see it. It would camouflage.
We had very different visuals. I was imagining like a little magical snow fairy that came around and sprinkled the little snow magic dust. Oh, your diabetes robot parts are screaming.
My insulin pump is beeping. That's okay.
But they fluttered in with their little wings, like, and then they went sprinkle, 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 because Harold is sleeping, ha ha ha. And then a little bandit came when it took all the snow away. Like, oh gosh, nobody's gonna know this reference. Okay, on Sega Genesis, there was a game called Golden Axe, where, do you know Golden Axe? Okay. Well, sometimes there would be this little critter, I don't even remember what it was, but it'd come around with a little snack, or not a snack, a little sack. I can't talk. I'm having a hard time because you're looking at me with those eyeballs. Like, oh gosh, Tammy, what are you
Those eyeballs? Okay, continue. Sorry.
It would have its little sack, and it would run around. And if you wanted to get the treasures out of the sack, you had to hit it with your axe or your sword. And that was the little bandit with a sack full of snow that came and took the fairy snow dust while you were sleeping. So while you were talking, that's what I was imagining. At least one person maybe will understand my reference. We can take that part out.
Oh, we're leaving it. I was seeing how far you would go.
That was it.
Talking about
the
Golden
story was
Axe
done.
for Sega Genesis.
I mean, I can talk more.
Well, you heard it here, folks. While it did not snow that we could see, the likelihood of it all is that a fairy from Sega Genesis
It wasn't a fairy.
With
That
a
was
snack.
separate.
ran around and took snow out of its snack and threw it, and the only way the snow could be removed was with a golden axe, and that is what happened while we all slept. Ham, you got anything else to let us know? Anything going on in your life that you want to tell us about before we get out of here?
Gosh.
Probably not.
Not really. I just
none of your
work all the time.
Damn business. That is not true. You don't work all the time. We spend a lot of time together.
We do spend a lot of time together doing silly things like this. No, we really don't do podcasts very much at all.
No, we don't. Sometimes we swim out into the Pacific.
Oh gosh, is this about the barracudas again?
You go to the ocean floor and find a nice wet spot in the sand and the seaweed. And you
And I say, man, I feel like a woman.
Little eggs. Then I come swimming on up, feeling your stream.
Oh dear, this is terrible.
Catching a drift in your stream.
Dun, da, 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 da.
And
Oh god, make it stop.
I go, I don't know, how do fish fertilize that?
We just Googled it.
No, but what does the male actually do? What
He goes,
comes out? Like,
Yeah.
what does he come out? What is it? Just like sperm? Is it sperm?
It's yeah, fish sperm, I guess.
Do male fish have sperm?
That wasn't on my science test, baby. I don't know.
Sperm? Yes, male fish produce sperm to fertilize eggs. We're usually
Yeah,
releasing a
sperm.
milky white substance
Ew,
known
oh
as.
gosh.
Oh, this is the best
You have to
part.
mark this as explicit. We didn't even cuss him.
Milt.
What?
The substance that comes out of them is called milt.
Like milk with a T?
Milt.
Or like milk with a T?
Like milk with a T. Milt. So going forward for the rest of our relationship, I will only be referring to things as milt.
I hope that somebody that's listening to this is named Milton and he knows now that his name is like a verb for a fish that's reproducing.
How do I pause it? Good job.
Oh wait. That was so dumb.
That was perfect.